welcome back to the Matrix. And as the Matrix you are. The Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today, we got ourselves a banger. Daily market news analysis. What is up? What's up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Make sure you guys are spamming that like button, hitting that share, so other people can spam that like button. All right, we got a pretty clear rejection here off of the 5-hour 200 moving average, like we talked about with Bitcoin. In fact, we literally talked about this in depth on our last live stream. I don't know where my chart is. Where's my snare? Where's the one where I had it? Whatever the case may be, we want the 5-hour to kind of flatten out so that we can get above it. I know that we talked about this yesterday where I didn't know if we were going to get up to 75 or whatever the case may be, but I thought we would have a rejection here, back test, just like we did over here, because we have this sort of formula here. But yeah, so there you go. That's exactly what happened. Came up to the 200, rejection, back test of the 100. That's perfectly well and good, because what happens is when you look at it, the slope of it is a bit too far down, and it takes a couple of tries before you can actually break above it. And so that's what I thought that we would do. Is coming up to it, rejection off of it, higher low, coming up to it, rejection, back test, break above it, back test, and then springing up to the next level. And that's kind of what we're working at. We'll probably meander in this level here for the next week or so. Currently sitting at $68,200. Let's check on the liquidity here for, is this ETH? Let's check on Bitcoin. Because I think there's a lot of liquidity building up here. Let me refresh this and make sure we got the most updated. Yeah. So again, you can kind of see it. There's liquidity downside and a lot of liquidity upside. We grabbed a little bit of this so far up here at 69K. There's a lot at 69.4. There's a lot all the way through $71,000. There's a little bit building up at 67. That's perfectly fine. And I basically think that we're going to chop. Thank you. I basically think that we're going to chop here between, for the next week or so. And that's all well and good. And what we need is the 200 to kind of really flatten out here. We almost got across to the upside. We can see on the MACD, we have crossed to the upside as well, which is really good and really bullish. Just bought a queso. Set the date for October. Yeah. Peanut water. No, actually, that was my wife. Shout out to Mrs. Ski. She got me some water because I'm over here dying. Same thing happening for Ethereum too, by the way. Same exact thing. You can see the 200 a little bit too sloped down. Generally, what you want to see before you can clear these moving averages, especially on like the 5-hour, the daily, the weekly, you kind of want them to be like this. Like kind of flattening out, and then that's generally when you can kind of clear them. So we've gotten a rejection, back test of the 100. We would like to see continue to do higher lows. It doesn't need to be, 3 or 4, probably one more like this, and then back testing it is probably all it needs because it's been so oversold for so long. But yeah, that would be something like that. You might get another coming up to it in rejection with another higher low, just like Bitcoin did. But generally, you kind of need the moving averages to be a bit more flat before you can actually clear it. And then when we look, I know there's a lot of liquidity starting to build up at 2K for Ethereum. And I know that there is a lot as well. Not as much, actually. 1960. There's a little bit in there, 67 all the way down to 40, but a lot is building up at that 2,000, and you have a whole little cluster there. It says, yo, what is up, Eli? Good to see you, brother. Good to see everyone. So, fear and greed, we're chilling. 812 right now. So we're deep in the fear. We've been in fear for a long time. We've been in extreme fear. The highest we got was 20. So we've been under 30 for pretty much since November, except for a couple of days in January. So all the way through November, we have been under 30. And you can see this. So we popped out here in January, but like all the way back since November, we have been under 30, which is extreme fear for the entire time. That should tell you something. And, you know, I said 10 days ago that I'm DCAing, and I'm DCAing. I'm continuing to DCA. I'm going to continue to DCA all the way through April 1st. That is what I'm going to do. That's my game plan. I'm DCAing 3% daily, and I plan to be 100% allocated into the market by man, I can't think, by April 1st. So that's the game plan for that, because people are waiting for the scheduled bottom, and like, check it out. It's not coming. The scheduled October bottom is not coming. Okay. People are just chanting in unison, and it happens every single time. And I feel very, very confident that it's not coming. Me and Alex talked about this live this morning too. When you compare Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is what has me so bullish right now too. I'm going to show you guys this. So on the top, we're going to put Bitcoin here. And on the bottom, we're going to do Ethereum. Let me go to the daily. And of course, in June, Ethereum bottom, June of 2022, Ethereum bottom, right? So here's the bottom for Ethereum. The Luna went to zero. And then FTX went to zero. Bitcoin drops another 12, 18%, right? But from the bottom of June to the bottom of FTX, Ethereum was actually up 23%. Okay? 23% is what it was up. And when we fast forward, it's kind of the same thing that's happening here. So the April low was over here. Bitcoin drops from the April low, puts in a new low. It's down 18%, just like FTX, just like from Luna to FTX. And then look at Ethereum. From the April low to where we got to so far, again, it's up 23%. So I'm so bullish, especially on Ethereum. I'm about 90% sure that Ethereum's bottom. I'm about 65% sure that Bitcoin has bottomed too. It might sweep the lows. I have some limit orders at 58K and at 62K. I hope they get filled, honestly, but I don't really care. Either way, I'm about 90% sure that 1741 was it for Bitcoin, or for Ethereum. And I feel, taking the context of me too, like I think this is important. I have been one of the biggest ETH haters publicly. So if I'm bullish on Ethereum and I'm buying Ethereum, I think it should tell you something. It doesn't mean I'm right and like that's it, but too bad it wasn't 1738. I know, right? Dr. Dis made a new all-time high. Yes, Dr. Dis did make a new all-time high. I've been buying that every single day, just like Solnick. Been buying Solnick every single day. I wonder if I can put it on TradingView. I don't know that I can. I know that I can put... I don't know that I can put this on here. But yeah, Dis made a new all-time high. Briefly, we can try to pull this up. See what they do. See what TikTok does. Here we go. Where'd it go? But yeah, I've held my supply the whole time for over 24 months or 18 months at this point. I've been buying a little bit here and there. And I'm ramping up the DCA. This is like my 100x meme play for sure. But yeah, I'm DCAing this as part of my 3% as well as with Solnic. The main thing that I'm buying is Bitcoin. 50% of my DCA is Bitcoin. I'm buying some XRP and Ethereum. Those are like the blue chippers. The mid caps that I'm accumulating right now in my 3% daily DCA is Flux, VeChain, Dynex, and Link. And then my 100x plays are Solnic and Dis. I thought you hated Ethereum. Exactly. So if I'm telling you that I'm buying Ethereum, that should tell you the value that I see here. Bitcoin analysis. We talked about this the other day or last time, and I kind of showed you guys. I'll go over it again. But so when you look at the moving averages, especially like the 5-hour chart, the daily chart, the weekly chart, I think the 5-hour, daily, weekly are like the big boys, if you will. Nakamoto, I think, is a good value, but it's just a hold for me. There's a lot of things that are a hold. Okay, I'm going to come back to you, but that's what I'm accumulating right now. So when you look at the moving averages, kind of the posture of them, when they're on like this slope down, a lot of times it takes a couple tries. Not always. This isn't like a hard rule, but we put this here yesterday because this is what I thought would happen yesterday. I thought this would happen yesterday. So it's not a hard rule, but generally when you see them sloping down and it's been in accumulation for a while, it takes 2 or 3 tries before it can actually bust through. And I'll show you. So like the 200, which is the dark blue for me, and the 100 are the big ones as far as resistance and support especially on the 5-hour. You'll see it on every time frame, really, from the 3-minute all the way to the monthly. You see them being at play. But especially the 5-hour chart, the daily chart, and the weekly chart, these are huge. Okay? Massive. And like when we look on the 3-day, just for reference to, or was it the 5-day? Yeah. So the 5-day, we're like finding support off of this. We've kind of lost it a little bit, but not really. You have to kind of view it with discretion. And then the weekly chart, you can see we're bouncing off of the 200. You will see the 200. The point of what I'm saying here, the 200 is support and resistance on almost every time frame. You'll see that. So the 100 and the 200 are very, very big. And a lot of times when you meet them the first time, it takes you 2 or 3 to kind of flip it, whether it be bearish or bullish. If it's bullish and you're meeting it, a lot of times it takes 2 or 3 tests before it wants to flip it bearish. And if you're meeting it like this, a lot of times it takes 2 or 3. And what you kind of need to see is it to round itself and like flatten out like that. That's kind of the posture you need to see before you can kind of break it. Okay. And I'm going to give you an example is with the 100. So you can see like the posture is really far down. We come up to it. We get rejected off of it. The first time we meet it, we get rejected off of it. Come down, put in a higher low, come back up to it, rejection again, higher low again, break above it. Now look, it's flattening out. It flattened itself out, back tested as support, and then boom, violent move up to the 200. And we're going to do this same little dance here, in my opinion, that we just did with the 100. And when we break the 200, it should flip Bitcoin bullish for a more extended run. So I put this here yesterday when we were at like 72K. I said that I thought that we would come back to 67K. I said that yesterday. So I didn't necessarily think that it would happen today, but this is basically what I thought would happen. And so it wouldn't be weird to kind of come up and test it again and do this little dance right here that we just did with the 100 before we flip it bullish. And if we flip it bullish, you can definitely say that this would be the sign of strength. And so here's the deal with the market. It's all about balance. And so for every yen that you have, AKA a continuous just downtrend of death, that we've had, every yen that you have, guess what? There is a yang. Okay? So that is going to happen sooner or later. It doesn't mean that we even need to go to an all-time high or be anything crazy like that, but we're at least going to have a rally of some point. We haven't had that at all since October. It's just been a straight downtrend. So in some ways that sucks, but in some ways that's awesome because it's almost like a Band-Aid ripping off, where it's like it did it so violently, so quickly that it doesn't need to last that long. So that's my thoughts on Bitcoin. I think we're going to hang out here a little bit for maybe like a week or so, kind of chop at this 200. And what you'll see is the 20 will start to flip it. It'll kind of be trading sideways relatively, probably between 72 and 65 or something like that. And then you'll start to see the 100 will flip it, the 50 will flip it, the 20 will flip it, and then boom, you have a setup for going on an extended rally for, a couple of weeks at a time or something like that. You think Bitcoin on the weekly chart, what do you think Bitcoin on the weekly chart looks like to you? I think Bitcoin on the weekly chart looks beautiful. I'm open-minded to this, like really filling this out, but like, here's the deal. The 200 on the weekly is moving up. So as we put in new weekly charts, like this is going to be up like this because that's what it is. So, realistically, this week we should be at like 59K. Next week we should be at 59.5K. So can we like fully fill this out? Sure. But also like this was so violent that this could be a violent bounce off of the 200, 100% it could be. And we have volume to show us that there's something happening here. This is the highest volume that we had since we broke out. And when you see some sort of formation happening with volume, that's a major deal. That's a huge deal. For sure. I like ETH ADA. I like ADA too. I'm actually considering adding to my ADA position as well, but like I don't want to get too cute. But ADA is good. I think that's a solid list for sure. Sorry I'm late too. By the way, guys, I always here's the little thing about me. Every day before I go live, I always smoke a cigar. That's like my thing. It just, I'm not advocating people smoke cigars or whatever, but I like it. It's my thing and it gets me in the right mindset. So I was just, smoking my cigar before we went live. What are your favorites? I have a lot of favorites. There's a lot of coins that I'm holding still, but the coins that I'm DCAing right now. So I sold all of my silver. So I have some cash and I'm DCAing in the market. And I started this about 10 days ago. I started my DCA. So February 24th, I said, I'm pushing the chips forward. Let me be clear. I have no interest, blah, blah, blah. I will DCA 1% of my daily capital until the 15th, and then I'll ramp up if there's a big event between now and then. So check it out. The war didn't happen yet. That is a big event for me. So I push it up to 3%. So at this pace, I will be fully allocated into the market by April 1st. Okay. So there's a lot of coins that I'm holding still, like ADA is a hold, Nakamoto is a hold, Dynex is a hold. There's a lot of holds, but the things that I'm DCAing right now, it's about 50% into Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Those are like the blue chip plays. Those are going to be safe. They're not going to do anything too crazy. You might get a 2 to 5x out of those, something like that. So those are my DCAs. XRP might give you a 10x if we're lucky, but probably closer to a 5x. So those are my blue chips that I'm DCAing right now. And then that's most like 70% is into that. And then I have some mid caps, Link, VeChain, Flux. Those are my mid caps that I'm DCAing into. And then my 100x plays, boom bust plays are Solnic and Dis, which you can buy those on Coinbase. And I know you can buy Solnic on MEXC, but I think you can buy Dis on MEXC as well. But you can definitely buy them on Coinbase. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm doing. Dish just made a new all-time high, by the way. Do you day trade? I do. Monday through Friday. Let's see here. So here is in the group we trade. So here's my month of March so far. I am currently up, I think, 12,000 on the month of March just for this week. So we have 6 winning days this week and 0 losing days. Last month, I think we cleared 46,000. We had 19 winning days. I had 3 losing days, and then the rest of the days I didn't trade. So yeah, I trade Monday through Friday generally, and then we live trade in the Telegram. If you guys want lifetime access to that, you can DM me. There is a sale going on right now. So there you go. Ticker. All right. TGIF, Savage King. TGIF indeed. He says, I thought you hated Ethereum. Indeed I do. Or did. Is SUI a good DCA? If you like SUI, I think SUI's value is good. For me personally, it still has a little bit too much inflation, but I think the value is good right here. Like, I think it's in a good accumulation range. It's just not my cup of tea. If it's your cup of tea, I think it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully that makes sense. I'm not shitting on SUI. When we were talking about SUI in like 2025, I was certain that the top was in. I think it's a good value here. Like, it's definitely in that accumulation range, and there's definitely signs of accumulation for, I don't know if I'm even saying it right. It's just not my cup of tea, but if you like SUI, however you say it, I think it's a good value here. Yeah. Like, it's in the accumulation range, in my opinion. I don't own any. I probably won't own any, but I think it's a good value here. Yeah. Hopefully that's as unbiased as I can be about it. Without, I don't hold any. So where is my chart? I know I have a chart here somewhere. Will Bitcoin go to 50K? I don't think so. It's possible, but like, what is the difference? Let's say you're right. Like, what's the difference 6 years from now when Bitcoin's at 5 million or 500K? What 6 years from now when Bitcoin's at 2 million, what is the difference between 65K and 55K? Like, who cares? I don't think it will. In fact, I have a bet. It will not get a daily body close. I don't know what's going on with my chart here. Below 50K. Fibonacci candle. It will not get a daily body candle below 50K, or I will shave my head, shave my beard, and give away $500. So it could do it. Maybe I have to pay my debts. That's fine, but I'm pretty confident that it won't. I'm more open-minded to it sweeping into like 58K. I don't even know that it's going to do that. Okay, so SWI here, like, yeah, looking at the market cap, this is a pretty good spot, I think. Like, you're pretty close to the launch spot over here. There's a decent bit of support. We filled out the 1010 wick here on the market cap. It's got some work to do, so I don't think it's going to be just like a straight line up or anything like that, but I think that this is a good value. It's not for me. It's not my cup of tea, but like, if you like it, if it's your cup of tea, I think it's a good value here. Great entry on DIS, hit an all-time high, 100%. That's my 100x play that I've been buying. We just hit an all-time high. I've held 6 lows in my wallet. I've held the whole time for like 18 months now. So I've been buying a little bit here and there. That's part of my 3% daily DCA. Solnick and DIS are my 100x plays. 70% is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Bitcoin might sweep here. It could, sure. Like, it's fine, whatever. Do you think VeChain will hit 10 cents this year? Very possible. Why do you like Dynex? Is it the one sitting under 3 million? Is it all the way at 3 million? Man, that makes me want to buy a little bit more, to be honest. I might, oh man, don't talk me into more coins, please. I like Dynex because when we talk about like actual, okay, so for the chart, by the way, like it's held up really well. So it bottomed in May. We haven't made a new low of 2025, May of 2025. It hasn't, it's been a year. This has been accumulating for a year. I like charts like that accumulate for a long time. So just on a pure technical sense, beautiful. We can see that the 200 is flattening out. We've been putting in higher lows and higher highs the whole time here. This is clearly your distribution. This is clearly your markdown. Once you're in your markdown, once you break free of that, it's like a safe accumulation. I think we've clearly done that. So from a technical perspective, it's a really good looking chart. There's not very much inflation on it. But from a fundamental, like when we hear a lot about AI coins and stuff like that, I was always skeptical in 2025. But, and I'm not trying to sell anyone on this coin, but it's just it's a coin that I like. But I was always skeptical of like, where is the computational power coming from when people say AI, or are they just slapping the buzzword AI on it? Right. But if you look at the white paper on this, on like CoinMarketCap, you can kind of figure out like they have, it's cloud mining. So they take all of the miners across the world, and instead of having like Bitcoin's brute force, mining algorithm, they have a, I forget what it's called. Their algorithm though, instead of doing brute force, they take all the computational power. Instead of doing brute force, it's one super complex problem. So it's AI cloud mining. And they have the real computational power behind it. So it's, you know, it's a high risk, high reward play for sure. But, when you look at their white paper and their website and stuff, like they're doing real stuff, and their chart matches that to me. They have a chip, whatever. I'm not going to sell you on this, but just look at their white paper, look at how their stuff works. I think it's a good play. High risk play, you know, anything under, let's get everyone double tapping. How's the 4-hour chart looking? I look at the 5-hour, but it looks pretty good. Long or short on Bitcoin at the moment. I think there's plays at both, to be honest. Like when you look at the liquidity, it's probably going to get both of the longs and the shorts, to be honest with you. I think we're going to chop here for like a week or so. There's a lot of liquidity upside, but there's also a decent bit downside. 67 is probably where the end of that's at. And then it definitely is done at about 66.5. There's a lot to the upside for sure. Let's look on the weekly. Not too much. Monthly, I know like all the there's a lot up here at that 75K as well. Dr. Dis price prediction. Listen, here's the deal. I don't want to sit here and tell you guys sweet nothings, but Solnick got to 10 million. I had about 5%, and I gave away a crazy amount as well to just all of you guys. I learned a lot with the White Whale launch. Shout out to the White Whale. He sent the coin from 1 million to 200 million. That's no small feat for sure. And what did he do? Like, he bought 40% of the supply, and then he sent it, and he put out a whole thing of like, why is it important to have supply control? And it's true. Like, there's like a negative connotation to having supply, but realistically, if you want to send, like that's what it needs to be. So I had about 5% of Solnic, and we went to 10 million. It wasn't available on Mexi or Coinbase. I have 11% of DIS. It is available on Mexi and Coinbase. And the original dev is not selling 7% of the supply. I'm the original dev. So there's that. So, I think we could easily do some crazy numbers. Like, I don't want to whisper sweet nothings, but I think we could get it, 20, 30 million pretty easily. Worth DCing into Bitcoin, even if it's, yes, 100%. Yes, I think so, Papa Aztec. Yes, I do. Even $10 a week into Bitcoin, I think is going to be worthwhile. Because here's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to look back, like our grandkids are going to look at us like we look at our grandparents right now. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean, Nana? You bought this house for $12,000? What do you mean? Like, that doesn't even compute in my brain. What do you mean, Nana? Meemaw? You got this for 12 grand? I think that our grandparents are going to look at us the same way. And I don't want my grandparents or my grandkids to look at me and think, well, dang, Papaw, why didn't you buy more? I want them to be thankful for the legacy that I'm leaving them. So I think even $10 a week into Bitcoin, if you're looking at generations like that, I think it's going to be crazy like that. Please tell the story of why you got out of HBAR. I'm bullish on HBAR now. But HBAR was the one that made me learn the lesson on tokenomics. And it's past tense deflation, dilution, but basically I went into a cigar lounge and just randomly there was like an Exodus dev there, and he was part of the Hashpack development team there. And this is like deep in the bear market, and he was the one who told me about like tokenomics and like the supply. And so when I looked at it, HBAR was such my like baby. It kind of shook me a little bit, and I'm almost hypersensitive. If you like watch me, I'm almost hypersensitive to inflation because HBAR, I don't want to say it burned me because it did fine. Like it performed well, but like it could have performed a lot better. The good news for HBAR though is like all of the inflation was past tense. But essentially what he told me, and then what I was able to back up with the on-chain data, essentially HBAR front-loaded the inflation to survive that bear market, which sucked short-term, but is a great thing long-term because it means that they're not going to dilute the supply. So if you compare the price, so like this peak right here, you can see it did not make a new all-time high. It only retraced. But if you look at the market cap, which is the true price, it went into price discovery. It almost went to the 2618. So had there been no inflation at all for HBAR, the price during this point in December would have been somewhere in here, like $1.20. And like HBAR, I said that the plan was for me to buy HBAR this bear market. I might still buy some. Like I still have some. It's not like I sold, but like I just tailored my expectations. But I actually think this time around, up in 2026, 2027, like I actually think HBAR is going to go into price discovery. It probably will get north of $1, to be honest, because the inflation's already done. How do you see the liquidity with that indicator you use? This is on CoinGlass. It's a pretty good tool. You can change the time frames. Is there socials for this? There's a Telegram. I think LCX is solid. LCX is a hold. You can buy Dr. Dis on Coinbase. Not very many things made a new all-time high. Yeah, that's true. H-bar would have, though, if they didn't front load the inflation in 2022. Phantom as well. Talk about hee please. Any hope? I think so. Like, it's holding up pretty good. It's been accumulating. I know you can buy hee on Coinbase as well. XYO. XYO is fine. I haven't looked at XYO in a while. I would put that in like a mid-cap play, perhaps. You think Ondo will go above all-time high? Ondo, I would put in the same category as like Arrow and Sui. I think it's in a good accumulation range. Again, like not really my cup of tea. It never was. I got a lot of hate for that in 2025. But again, like I'm hypersensitive to inflation because of H-bar. So because I got burned on that inflation with H-bar and it performed fine, but it could have performed so much better. Like it could have went to $1.20 if there was no inflation. So I'm like hypersensitive out of all the creators, I think. I get even maybe to a fault sometimes. Like I get hyper fixated on inflation. Just so for me, like my personal practice is like if it's more than 40% FDV, if there's more than a gap of 40%, it's not really my cup of tea. But if it's your cup of tea, I think it's in accumulation. I think it's a good value. I don't own any, and I probably won't. I think it's possible to make a new all-time high, though. What was I looking up? XYO. Do you think the 4-year cycle is dead? Yes, but the 7-year cycle is alive and well. Because we have 100 years of that. Yeah, so this is still just accumulating, honestly. Yeah, like this is still accumulating. A lot of altcoins look like this. Do you see Bitcoin going below 50K? No, I don't. Because every stinking person thinks that that's going to happen. It reminds me so much of 2022. It's not even funny. Like, I was going live every single day in 2022, and everybody and their mother and their brother and their wife's boyfriend, they were all talking about Bitcoin going to 12K, Bitcoin going to 10K. And they're like, I'm not buying for a second until we get to these prices. And we came to 15.5. We accumulated and we went, and that was it. And then they didn't buy until we were at like 60K, 70K, 100K. So maybe we do. I don't think it matters. But I doubt it very seriously. I doubt it very, very seriously. I'm more open-minded to like Bitcoin sweeping the lows like it did in 2022. So I'll give you an example. So the event in 2022 that took place, and by the way, this was the 7th year. We're not in a 7th year cycle, so there doesn't need to be these crazy events, although we already had one with the war in Iran. That's a crazy enough event. But the crazy event was FTX. That actually was not the bottom for Bitcoin, believe it or not. That was the crazy event, though. Bitcoin went to $15,600. 2 weeks later, nothing happened. There was no event that took place. But I'm going to show you. Right here is FTX. 2 weeks later, we actually went $200 lower. Nothing happened, though. There was no event. It was just a liquidity sweep. I'm open-minded to something like that happening. So I have limit orders at 62K. I have limit orders at 58K. 58K to me is like, maybe we sweep into 55, but like, I don't think so. I think that there's a decent chance that we don't even do that, though, to be honest with you. I think there's about a 65% chance Bitcoin never goes lower than 60K ever again. I am almost certain that we don't go below 50K, though. I am certain. In fact, I am so certain if we close a daily body below 50K, I will shave my head, shave my beard live, and give away $500 live. By the way, I'm going camping next week on Monday. And if you guys know anything about me, and if you've been watching for me for any time, it's going to 50K. Okay, great. I hope so. Because I accumulated $22,000 last bear market. And you know what? It's too high. It's too high for me. I hope so, though. I hope you're right. It doesn't matter, though, even if you are. Like, what the hell is the difference between 48K, 58K, 68K at 2 million? Like, people get too cute. And it happens every stinking time, by the way. Every stinking time. In April, at 74K, everybody told me that they were waiting for 72K. They're going to buy at 72K. And guess what? It didn't come. 49K, everyone said that we were going to 30K. 30K, 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 30K. That's all I heard. It came and went, and that was it. It was bought up in a day. 12K here, 12K here, 12K here. Everyone said the exact same thing. Like, the amount of people commenting 50K, if I had $1 for every single person that told me that we were going to 50K, I would probably have $1 million. So that's why I'm betting, I have technical reasons. There's sentimental reasons, but like 50K is the number that retail's waiting for, the scheduled bottom in October. And literally every single person is saying that on X. Literally every single person is saying that on TikTok. And I assure you, if that's your thoughts, I hope you're right. I hope for your sake you're right. But I can assure you, as a content creator who studies his entire time figuring out what is retail doing, I assure you, you are on the side of retail. I assure you, you are on the side of retail. That is what retail thinks. That is 100% the popular narrative. %, that is the popular narrative. Alts might drop another 30%. Do they? Because Bitcoin dropped 18% and Ethereum was up 30%. Ethereum bottomed over here. Bitcoin dropped. Again, like, we can say things that we like, but they're just not true. There's nothing based in reality here. We can say whatever we like, but like the reality is Ethereum bottomed in June. 80% of the altcoins bottomed in June of 2022. Bitcoin went another leg lower. Ethereum did not. I'll show it to you. This is where Ethereum bottomed. June 2022. From the wick low to the wick low of FTX, Ethereum was up 23%, aka 2 or 3 years of stock market gains. Bitcoin dropped another leg. Ethereum did not. XRP did not. Link did not. Quant did not. So no, that's not based in reality. Someone asked, you're going to shave your head and beard below 50K. A daily body Heikenhashi candle. I'll show you what it looks like. If we get a daily body Heikenhashi candle below 50K, I will shave my head live, I will shave my beard live, and I will give away $500. Weekly structure broke. Did it? Because it looks like we're violently bouncing off the 200, which is a crazy level of support. A huge level of support. Like, where did weekly break? We're bouncing off with volume the 200 weekly moving average. That's the biggest level. That's the biggest line in the sand, and we're bouncing off of it. Like, where did it break? Where did we break structure? We're the most oversold that we've been since 2022. Or 2018, actually. The MACD is losing support. The RSI is the most oversold it's been since 2018. We're about to cross the upside. The MACD is losing bearish momentum. Like, where? Where did it lose support? And just, hey, how about this? You do your investment thesis. I'll do mine, and we'll see who comes out on top. Wait for 50K. I hope you're right. I hope that you can go, you just push all the chips forward on 50K, 49K, and you're right and I'm wrong, and you can say, nana boo boo, stick your face in doo doo, ski, ha 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 ha. But that's what I'm doing. I'm buying every single day until April 1st. He says, Ski, I hope you have Starlink locked and loaded for some trades on vacation. I'll be putting out some trades. I won't live stream the trades for the next week, but I will be putting out trades. I do have a Wi-Fi box, actually, with T-Mobile. People waiting for 50K are going to cry. I agree. He says, dang, you know your shit. I'm impressed. Anyways, AOIZ. Flux. I like Flux. Flux is one that I'm DCing into right now. James World. I don't even know who that is. I'm asking. Listen, I don't mean to be so hostile, but like, I'm not trying to be hostile to you, Radel. It's just the same thing. It's the same rhetoric. Every day when I go live, I hear the same thing again and again and again and again. So you're just lucky number 11. I'm not, it's nothing personal towards you. It's just like, I hear it every single day when I go live. If you watch me, you'll know. There's at least 5 or 7 people every day, like legitimately, like I was exaggerating, I'd have $1 million, but legitimately every day when I go live, there's about 5 or 7 people, maybe more, that tell me that we're going below 50K every stinking live stream. I'm tired, boss. All right, I'll check out AIOZ. Yeah, October. Yeah, everyone's saying October bottom, 50K, the scheduled bottom. The scheduled October bottom is at 50K. Everyone's going to just wait and wait and wait. And then it's going to get to 50K, and then everyone's going to go all in, all at the same time, and then they're never going to be in the red, never, not for a day, not for an hour, and then they're just going to wait, it's going to pump, they're going to wait, they're going to wait, they're going to wait, and they're going to wait, and then on the absolute 1-minute candle top, they're going to unload their whole bag, baby. And they will always be in the green, and then they'll sell at the very top. I hope you do that. I hope you do. I hope each and every one of you guys do that. I have no interest in it, to be honest. I just want to be in the right flavor. I hope you guys do that. I just want to be in the right flavor. I don't care at all about buying the bottom. I don't care at all about selling the top. I just want to be buying during accumulation, and I want to be selling during distribution. That's it. That is it. This is a sleeping giant. I agree. New all-time high today. I've been buying. This is part of my DCA every single week. We're back up to 250. This is my 100x play for sure. You can buy it on Coinbase. Bitcoin's 50% of my DCA. XRP and ETH are like 30%. Then I have my mid caps that I'm buying: VeChain, Link, Flux, and then my 100x plays are Solnic and Dis. Bull flag. I don't care if it's a bull flag, a bear flag, a crab flag, a squirrel flag, a gay flag. I'm accumulating. I'm accumulating here. How do you plan to send Solnic? Same way. Accumulate 20% of the supply. Keep making videos every single day. Keep adding value to people every single day. Because check it out. The same thing is going to happen. Some of you guys are going to listen. Some won't. There definitely is going to be a lot that don't. But some people are going to listen just like they did in 2022. And they're going to make a boatload of money. Just like in 2022. And I'm going to build up goodwill. And it's the law of reciprocity. I keep getting better at making content. Like, who was following me in 2022 versus now? Like, I'm not even the same league. Okay? And I'm not being braggadocious, but that's just a reality. My videos sucked in 2022 compared to the content that I'm making now. And in 2028, I hope I look back now and like, damn, my videos sucked. The way that I was articulating the information sucked. And I'm just going to keep getting better and better and better and keep working. Keep adding value. Keep trying to help regular people change their lives. The mustache days. Yeah. My videos sucked in the mustache days compared to now. It's all good though. The true bottom is when Bitcoin forms a gay flag. All right. Someone asked me about AIOZ. We'll do AIOZ. What is Flux? Flux is an AI coin. It's been around. I like the 2022 videos better. Okay. I like these ones better. I think they're more professional and I think I add more value. You want it, you got it. Yeah. Oh yeah, AIOZ. I don't think anyone's asked me about AIOZ in a minute. Bitcoin going up or down? It's definitely going to the right for sure. For sure. Starting to round out here. Early signs of accumulation. We flipped bullish on the MACD on the daily. Got extremely oversold here. You got some work to do for sure. Like, same thing. Like, the 100 is sloping down. You're probably going to hang out here. You're probably going to bounce here. I see some accumulation here. But this is definitely starting to round out, which is a good thing. And you want to start to put in higher highs and higher lows. I think Bitcoin's going to chop for a little bit. A couple weeks. Or like a week or something. How come VeChain is slept on? Because everything that's in accumulation is slept on. People, here's the deal. I wish this were not true, but it's true. People don't give a shit about anything other than price go up technology. That's all people care about. And when it's the best times to be accumulating, nobody cares. When it's going, oh, it's every candle is green. That's when people want to buy. Thank you for all the financial advice. I appreciate it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm somebody in my basement, bro. What does chop mean? Yeah, chop means sideways. AI narrative still good, bro. I don't know if the narrative is good, but Flux has the actual technology and the actual computational power. It's my AI play. I don't think AI is going away. I think TikTok fixed my account. It looks like. So, by the way, guys, I'll be gone. I plan to upload videos, and maybe we're live, maybe we're not. I don't know what the Wi-Fi situation is going to be like, but I'll be gone Monday through Friday. I'll be putting out trades, but I don't plan to live stream the trades just like I normally do. By the way, here is our month of March so far. For this week, I think we're up $12,000. 6 winning days, 0 losing days. Last month, we had 19 winning days, 3 losing days. We netted $46K, I believe. I think that's what we did. Let me see. I think. Hold up. I got it in here somewhere. Somewhere. Where are you? Where are you? We're running a sale right now. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. We're running a sale right now, so if you guys want lifetime access to that, you guys can hit me in the DMs. So here is the month of February. We had, it says 18. I think we had 19, though. This might not be the most recent picture. I might have sent the wrong picture. Whatever. We had 19, 18, whatever the case may be, 3 losing days, and we net profited $46K in the month of February. So far, we're off to a good start in March. We're up $11K right now. So, I trade live daily. I put out my calls, buys. It's not fun or entertaining when I'm live streaming it. It's just, I do it that way so people can get the best entries because I scalp. That's how I trade. Flux, what does it mean? Developers have not burned coins, bro. I don't know what you're asking me, fam. How much capital you use for those results? I'm usually trading like 5 to 15K per trade. Did you hear the Clarity Act has XRP as a security? Does that have you worried? No. Thank you for the $4.99 donation, brother. You savage. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. He says, hands doing a high five. We need to wait till 2029. No, listen, I plan to be out of the market by 2029. That's my plan. I think we're going to be rocking and rolling into 2029. The roaring 20s. I plan to be out of the market in 2029. My targets are still the same for VeChain, yes. AIOZ is in the beginning stages of accumulation. I want to start to see a little bit of higher highs, but I don't mind it. Not burn coins yet. As far as the liquidity, I don't think that matters. What's special about 2029? Are you trolling me, bro? I know you're trolling me. I know you are. It's the 7th year. It's the 100th year and it's the 7th year. The roaring 20s. What happened in 1929? You tell me. Listen, you guys should research about This new thing that came out. Maybe I'll make a video if you guys want me to. Comment on my last video. AI agent. Comment on my last video, AI agent, and if enough people comment that, I'll make a full deep dive on this technology that is crazy. And I'll do a deep dive. It's like, it's adjacent to crypto, but not really. It's more related to your life. It makes ChatGPT look like AOL. It makes ChatGPT look like dial-up. It is insane what this thing is capable of. I just bought a Mac Mini because I'm going to run a dedicated machine off of it where it has its own, like nothing else is going to be messing with it. And I'm going to set that up. So if you guys want me to like show you how to do that and or like show you what I'm doing with it, I can do that. If enough of you guys comment on my last video, AI agent, I'll make a video about that. But my theory is, and I hope that I'm wrong, but I think that AI is developing at a rate that, you know, it's getting way more advanced. Like this stuff that this Claude bot is capable of, it doesn't even make sense to me. It's insane how much it can do. It literally makes ChatGPT and Grok look like dial-up. That's how powerful it is. So if you guys want me to make a video on setting that up and like what I'm using it for, I can show you guys that. But if not, then I won't. But I think that it's going to be significant and play a part into 2029 because I think, unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of companies are going to be way more profitable because they're going to lay off a lot of people. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. And then a lot of people are going to get filthy rich off of it. And I think that people are just going to buy like 100 Mac Minis and you basically have 100 employees. People are saying 100% do it. Okay, so what I need you guys to do, everyone watching this video, on my last TikTok video, on my last YouTube short video, on my last X video, I need you guys to comment AI agent. And I will make a video deep dive on that. My Mac Mini, I think it comes in tomorrow. So I'll set that up. I'll record all that for you guys. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing with it and how I'm personally going to be utilizing like an employee is how you can think of it. Like it's not like ChatGPT. It's like you have an employee. It's like $600 and you have an employee who will literally think of stuff to do for you. Have I watched the David Lynch movie? No, I haven't. Do you think HBAR has a lot of inflation? No, it's past tense. They front loaded a lot of the inflation. They do not have inflation moving forward. Open Claw. Open Claw. I said it wrong. Open Claw is the one. Yeah, Open Claw. Thank you for correcting me. It's late. All right. Reminder, guys. Here's the month of February. We're running a sale for lifetime access to the Telegram. I put out my trades, my calls, my buys, sells. Crazy amounts of value going on in there. We're running a sale right now. So if you guys want lifetime access to that, you can hit me in the DMs. If you want to book a consultation with me, one-on-one coaching, you can do that. I can help you with your portfolio, entry points, exit points, one-on-one coaching for trading. Or if you need help setting up a Open Claw bot, I can help you with that too. So you guys can book me on my Calendly if you guys want that. I'll be live tomorrow. I'll be live on Sunday. I probably won't be live next week. We'll see how everything's looking, but I will be uploading some videos. But that is going to be it for this time, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I will never message you first. Those are scammers. I'm not going to message you and ask you for money. If you message me, I will message you back. But if someone messages you first, you know it's not me, because I will never message you first. Okay? But that's going to be it for this time. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless. I'm out of here.